Welcome to the theatre of mystery. Come with me to a world shrouded in darkness. The silence is broken only by the hooting of a very gifted bat. Come to a desolate moorland slope where a shepherd tends his chickens. The fog is thick. So is the shepherd. Come to the macabre McFenchurch Castle, rising from a frozen loch in Scotland. Come to where we begin our tale.
Toe Rag!
The Bishop of Darkness calls his servant.
Toe Rag!
A hideous creature, half man, half cockroach, half jellyfish, and half a pint of bitter with a packet of crisps.
Toe Rag!
Master!
Is this your trail of slime on the billiard table?
Yes, master!
Well, put it back in the pantry where it belongs.
But master, I bring bad news from the factory!
What?
The factory? Yes! Some of the zombies slain!
Welcome to the theatre of mystery. Come with me to a world shrouded in darkness. The silence is broken only by the hooting of a very gifted bat. Come to a desolate moorland slope where a shepherd tends his chickens. The fog is thick. So is the shepherd. Come to the macabre McFenchurch Castle, rising from a frozen loch in Scotland. Come to where we begin our tale.
Toe Rag!
The Bishop of Darkness calls his servant.
Toe Rag!
A hideous creature, half man, half cockroach, half jellyfish, and half a pint of bitter with a packet of crisps.
Toe Rag!
Master!
Is this your trail of slime on the billiard table?
Yes, master!
Well, put it back in the pantry where it belongs.
But master, I bring bad news from the factory!
What?
The factory? Yes! Some of the zombie slaves have escaped!
It's impossible! Those zombies are reanimated corpses with no willpower, no mind to think for themselves.
Yes! They've joined the mummies!
No! Then we have no choice. Toe Rag, we shall have to recruit some more of the living dead.
We present Glompus Vanderbilt Tales from the Krypt.
Meanwhile, at Los Angeles International Airport.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard flight CO282 to London. You are reminded there are 6 emergency exits. 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the rear. In the event of a headlong collision with a mountain, all these exits will be at the rear. Thank you. Have a good flight.
Oh, God, I think I'm going to be ill. I'm sorry. Excuse me, miss. Hold my hand. I can't stand flying.
Oh, sure.
Talk to me. Take my mind off this bloody aircraft. Oh, God, I think I'm going to be sick.
My name's Sandy Cheeseburger. I'm an American. I'm an anthropology student from UCLA. I'm going to London to study under the world's leading authority on the occult and supernatural.
Oh, my dear girl, I couldn't help overhearing you're interested in demonology.
Yes.
How interesting.
I've read all his books.
Really?
Yes. Exorcism in the one-parent family.
Oh, how fascinating.
Who's Who in Voodoo.
Charming.
And his latest, The Slimmer's Guide to Decomposition.
Yes, dear, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you seem to be far too young and pretty to be interested in such unpleasant matters.
I'm really fascinated by the grotesque and the bizarre.
Oh, really? Perhaps you'd like to see this. It's a photograph of me with no clothes on.
No, thank you. Really, I'm not...
Well, wait. Here's one of me with just a hat on.
Well, I'm not really interested in that
Never
much.
mind. I'm really looking forward to this.
Meanwhile, in a taxi cab in London.
And so I immediately challenged my adversary straight away. I, sir, am the famous professor of the supernatural, Glompus Hoed, I said. And you, I believe, are in league with the devil.
Well.
Then he said that I was talking through an orifice in my body, not normally associated with verbal communication. And I vowed to give up supernatural investigation and start up this taxi cab firm. The Hoed cabs. The Hoed cabs are much cheaper than the rest. Wedding stations, airports, we are definitely the best. Or even if you just want to go to the fishmongers to buy some crabs, you know what to do. Ring the Hoed cabs.
Very catchy.
Tell me, Governor, haven't I seen your face somewhere else?
No, I don't think so. It's always been on the front of my head.
Wait, you're the one who leaked the results of the Eurovision Song Contest to the Kremlin.
No, wait a minute. Are you sure this is the quickest way from Victoria to the House of Lords?
Yes.
We've just passed Cardiff Arms Park.
Wait, you are the MP who wants to pull down your ancestral castle in Scotland?
On the contrary, I have in fact just leased it to a bishop who has set up a cottage industry.
A bishop? You don't mean...
Look, stop the cab. No, it's all right. I'll get a train from Swansea.
Meanwhile, outside a semi-detached in Dunstable, a vile, shadowy figure scuttles down the pavement.
Oh, dear me. I just scuttled all down this pavement. I'd better clear it up. I don't want to leave any clues.
And inside the semi-detached...
Not Sharon.
Night, Mum.
Night, Shaw.
Night, Dad.
Night, Sharon.
Night, Uncle Roger, who isn't really my uncle but comes round to look after Mum when Dad's on night.
Sleep tight, Shaw.
But as she opens the bathroom door... she is mysteriously run over by a train. Excited? I am, but you can't see what I'm doing.
Good evening. Inspector Reginald Bribes of Scotland Yard, and this is my assistant, Sergeant Adolf Porno.
Good evening.
Now, the police come in for a lot of bad press nowadays. OK, so there are quite a few coppers who pick on helpless individuals.
Yeah, put the boot in like that.
Yeah.
So, real, one for the head.
Yeah. But I am prepared to admit that there are some bad ones as well.
True.
Now, during the recent street riot, Sergeant Porno and I were right in the thick of it, right, Sergeant?
Right, and we got 15 arrests.
Yeah, and 20 pairs of jeans. But it's a tough life.
Very tough.
I am proud to be a senior police officer. I sometimes regret not having learned to read or write, but I have had what's this word, Sergeant?
An exciting career.
Yes. I mean, the other morning, for example, I was called into the office...
Bribe easy. Oh, no. Now, Inspector, if I said to you, imbecile, cretin and moron, who do you think I'll be referring to?
Imbecile, cretin and moron? A firm of solicitors, sir?
Sergeant Porno.
You wouldn't by any chance be referring to Inspector Bribes here?
Yes, I would.
Hang on a minute.
Now, shut up, Inspector.
Sorry.
Have you ever been called a brainless, incompetent simpleton before?
No, sir.
Yes, you have.
Shut up.
Shut up, Inspector.
Shut up yourself.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Sorry, sir.
In short, Inspector, if you don't improve in your recent record of crime detection, you may have to seek employment elsewhere.
We made an arrest last week,
right.
sir. We arrested Eddie Logan.
For armed robbery with violence.
He was a prime suspect.
He had the perfect alibi. He was in a geriatric ward.
Right.
You had him dragged down to the yard in his wheelchair. The poor man's got no legs, you know.
He had no legs before he got to the police station, sir. I don't know what you're implying.
And another thing. The last 200 crimes you've investigated have all been solved successfully by one Professor Glompus Hoed, who apparently is a retired supernatural investigator who runs a mini-cab firm called the Hoed Cabs.
The Hoed cabs are so much cheaper than the rest. Wedding stations, airports, we're definitely the best. Or even if you want to go to ICI to visit the labs, you know what to do. Ring Hoed cabs. Well, that's my latest jingle. What do you think, Creephole?
Well, sir, where I come from down in Cornwall, we've been very superstitious. We'd have a lot of folklore. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight.
Yes, I've heard all that.
Red sky in the morning,
Yes.
shepherd's warning.
Yes, I know.
Minced beef and mashed potato, shepherd's pie.
Yes, people. Now tell me, who is this visitor you say is waiting for me?
Oh, she be a young American girl who's just turned up. Says she wants to help you in all those supernatural investigations you're always doing. But I must warn you, she be a pretty-looking maid. Very good-looking. Too good-looking for her own good. As we say in Cornwall, don't look a gift horse in the backside.
Hi, I'm Sandy.
The professor was stupefied by the vision of loveliness that stood before him. Sandy was tall and blonde, a stunning beauty, a radiant face, a soul uncluttered by malice, a head uncluttered by brain.
Hi, Professor. Pleased to meet you. What a charming, gentle old man.
Thought Sandy. Thought the professor.
I know what you're thinking, Professor.
You do?
You're thinking how how rude of me to turn up out of the blue like this, but I've read all your books, Professor, because I think what you do is the most fascinating and intellectually challenging thing one could possibly do.
Oh, have you ever driven a cab before?
Beware, Professor. You can't trust they there Americans. Remember what we say in Cornwall. You can't teach your grandmother to suck gravel.
Drop dead, creepo.
Well, I was feeling pretty down after my meeting with the Commissioner. I cheered myself up by pulling the legs off a fly. He'd have been irritating me all morning by buzzing around the room and making snide comments about my incompetence.
Inspector Bribe Easy.
Can't you knock, Sergeant?
I didn't do advanced police training, sir.
Yes. What do you want?
This has just come through the letterbox, sir.
What is it?
It's a long oblong slit in the door for putting letters.
Yeah! What does it say?
Hang on, I'll open it. Blimey. Who is responsible for running a train over a girl in her own bathroom? Ask the MP. Yours mysteriously, Dunstable.
Now, come on, Sergeant, we're going to Dunstable. We'll prove to the Commissioner and Professor Van der Kloed just how clever I am.
Right, sir. You get the ruler, I'll get the 2 short planks.
Don't worry, Sandy. Just keep your eyes on the road and I shall explain the mysteries of my profession. Now, firstly, listen carefully to these very useful phrases. 1. Oh, sorry, mate, I'm on my way home. 2. It's not worth me diesel, Governor. And 3. The meter's broken, I'll have to work the fare out in my head.
Hey, Professor, look at all those people. I think something's happened.
We really must get a car, Sergeant.
Hold the siren, sir. I'll make a note of it.
Right.
Are you from the police? Quick! It's too horrible!
Spit it out, man! Yeah, nothing worse than a rotten walnut.
No, I mean there's a dead man over there!
It's all right, clear the way, let me through. Is there a doctor here?
Yes, I'm a doctor. Yeah,
right.
hang on, I'm a doctor too!
Yeah, hang on.
Minute, I'm a doctor, I say here.
I was here first.
All I want to know is how this man died. All I want to know is how this man died.
He died of Dutch elm disease.
Right. I'll need a second opinion.
You're right, he died of scurvy.
You ask me, sir. I think he died of Dutch elm disease, sir.
Why, Sergeant?
Well, look, sir. He's got no leaves.
You're right. So, a man dies of Dutch elm disease in Dunstable. Right. Only 24 hours after a girl has been run over by a train in her bathroom.
Right.
I don't like it, Porno. I don't like it one little bit.
Inspector Bribe Easy.
Der Kloed, you doddering Belgian crank.
I want to talk to you.
Yeah, get straight to the point, Professor. I'm a busy man.
All right, Inspector. But first, I'd like to beat around the bush. A nice day.
Yeah. Not bad for the time of year.
Arsenal aren't doing too well, are
I'm not
they?
a football fan.
What is the square root of 196?
14.
Get to the point, Inspector. I'm a very busy man.
I am needed urgently at Dunstable Morgue.
Oh, come in my cab. It's quicker. Off we sped toward the morgue. Sandy was driving like a maniac. I was very impressed. Within 5 minutes, we'd managed to pick up a fare. We arrived at the morgue 10 to 15 hours later.
You stupid Belgian idiot! Do you have to run your piddling cab firm when I'm on an urgent police business?
And in his haste to get out of the cab without paying, the inspector had left something behind. Sandy and I went after him. They told us he was down in the morgue looking at the body of the girl who was supposedly run down by a train in her bathroom.
It's real spooky down here.
There's somebody coming.
Get back to me. What are you doing down here?
You left your siren in my cab.
You shouldn't be down here. I'm about to look at the body of a murder victim. It's not a pretty sight, I'm warning you. Attendant?
Yes, sir.
Just open this refrigerated cell, would you?
Right-o. I don't think I can reach.
All right, out of my way.
Oh, my God!
The girl, the body.
It's gone!
Someone's pinched me yogurt.
Oh, Master! Our evil plan is progressing so well. Soon we will have enough of the living dead.
I'm pleased to hear it, Torag. Now be a good boy and take your liver out of the television set.
Inspector Bribesy.
I can't see you at the moment, Sergeant.
Try turning round, sir.
Oh, yes,
I made a thorough search of that girl's room, sir. You know, the one whose body disappeared.
Find anything interesting?
Well, as a matter of fact, hidden in one of the drawers in her chest of drawers, I found a little box of white pills. Thought it might be drugs, sir.
Yeah, so what did you do with it?
Well, I didn't want to take any chances, obviously. So I immediately went to the bathroom and poured the whole lot down my throat.
Yes, good work, sir. And then what did you do?
Then I flew to Neptune on a magic swan.
Yeah. Anything else?
Oh, yes. I found these as well, sir.
Good Lord, Sergeant, they're women's kinky underwear.
Yes, sir, I know. Leather and rubber erotic garments.
Where'd you find them?
Little shop by Liverpool Street. Quite cheap as well.
Very good, Sergeant. Now put your clothes back on. We're going to follow up this letter.
Now, the library being here, Missy Cheeseburger.
Thank you, Creephole.
Oh, though I can't say I envy you going in there. We Cornish are very superstitious about ducks. You know what they say? You can lead a horse to water, but you shouldn't read so many books.
You're a pain in the butt, Creephole.
Thank you.
Wow, what a lot of books. Hey, I haven't read any of these. Oh, Great Vampires of the Labour Party, Fiddling the Fair, A Cabbie's Guide, the AA Book of the Dead, Katie Boyle's Guide to Embalming, a Dictionary of Bizarre Deaths. Now, here we are now. Now, what do I want over here now? Trains. Trains, death by shock due to arrival on time. No. Trains and boats and planes, Bacharach, Bert, death by boredom. No. Trains being run over by in bathroom. Wow, this is it. Oh, just wait till the professor hears what I found.
Hurry up, Sergeant.
It must be your turn to hold the siren, sir.
Yes, all right, come on. Look, come on, we'll get on this bus.
No, wait, please. You cannot do that here, mate. This is public transport.
We're on police business.
Well, if you want to play siren, please go to top deck.
Reluctantly, Bribesy and Porno went upstairs with their siren and took their seat between an old man with a foghorn and a lady with a fire alarm. Meanwhile, Fenchurch Street Porter is at breakfast.
Fenchurch, you look dreadful.
I've only just got up.
Well, look at that 5 o'clock shadow.
So what?
Well, it's 9 o'clock.
Oh, damn, my face has stopped again.
There's a letter for you.
I better have a look at it. Where is this?
The fluid cabs are so much cheaper than the rest. Weddings, stations, airports, we're definitely the best. Or even if you want to go down to the police station to leave your tabs, you know what to do. Bring Floyd cabs.
For God's sake, switch that bloody thing off! Good God!
Oh, what is it, Fenchurch?
Nothing.
Let's have a look. Oh, my God, Fenchurch. It's disgusting. It's a photo of you in bed with a naked woman.
It's street photography. I've never seen her before.
Oh, my God, Fenchurch. That's the girl who was killed by a train and whose body disappeared.
Now, don't get hysterical.
Oh, good God. There are other women in the photo as well. Who are they?
They're the Nolan sisters.
And who's that?
That's Mr. Fluffy Tibbles, my teddy bear.
And that?
That's Mrs. Fluffy Tibbles, the defense secretary.
It's disgusting, Charles. I want it embossed.
Don't be so childish, Pamela. Look. You're in the photo as well.
Where?
In between Elvis Costello and Red Rum.
Yes.
But if a copy of this photo gets into the wrong hands, I could be done for. Pack my bags, darling. I'm going to my castle in Scotland.
Yes, you're not going anywhere, Mr. Street Porter.
What the hell do you want?
Excuse me bursting in like this. The door was open.
But it was after you knocked it down, isn't it?
Get out of here, I'll...
Put that away, Mr. Street Porter. Someone might get hurt.
Oh, my God! He's dead!
Good Lord, sir. Someone shot the dog.
There he is in the garden. Quick, after him, Porter.
In order further to investigate the bizarre series of deaths that had shocked him, I decided to consult the notorious Romana. She was a medium. I was a large myself. That's probably why we never dressed up in each other's clothes. As I nosed my minicab through the busy streets of London, I mused on the incongruity of life. Here in the midst of tawdry neon lights and sharp-eyed East Enders out for a night on the town, death by supernatural causes seemed the most unlikely circumstance. I parked the cab on the prostrate body of a virgin with a stake through her heart and plunged into a dark recess.
Ah, Professor, I was expecting you. You don't remember me.
No, I don't believe we've met.
Ah, I knew it. You see, Professor, time can change people. Time, cruel, relentless time can do strange things. Time passes, things happen, people change.
Why, of course. The memory flooded back. It was Mrs. Gilbert, my ex-wife.
But wait, I feel a presence. Close your eyes, Professor. You are feeling sleepy. Sleepy. Sleepy.
And when I opened my eyes 4 hours later, she'd run off with my wallet.
Hurry up! All over Christ's sake, we'll never catch him at this rate.
Oh, come on, sir. Can't you carry me for a while?
Look, quick! Look, he's gone to that public lavatory. We've got him now. Yes, OK, Porno. Bash the door open.
Get out of here. I'll call the police.
Don't be silly. We are the police. Now, listen, you. No, it's all right. Don't stand up.
What do you want? I'll tell you anything. Anything you want to know.
Tell me I'm handsome and I'm good in bed.
The man Snibble was very cooperative, and Inspector Bribes, he didn't have to beat a confession out of him. But he did anyway, just for fun.
I remember that night well. Me and Sharon were on our way home from the cinema. Yeah, Sharon? Did you enjoy the film?
Yes, Snivell, it was great. It was ever so kind of you to pay for my ticket.
No, that's all right. One day, I'll have enough money to buy myself a ticket. Then we can both see the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sharon, you're a very beautiful girl.
Oh, thank you, Snivell.
And I'm really weedy and spotty and ugly, and I smell and I pick my nose and with a fork. And I'll make rude noises like this. Sometimes I wonder why you go out with me at all. It's not just my body, is it, Sharon?
No. In fact, I'd rather you left it at home than drag it round on a rope.
Yeah. Sharon?
Yeah?
I think you're having an affair with another man.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Snivell.
I think you've been sleeping with that MP chappie, Fenchurch Street porter.
Well, it's my job to sleep with important people.
I thought you were a telephone operator.
Call girls, Snivell.
Well, you better be careful, Sean, because I'm very jealous, you know, and there's no telling what I'll do if I'm roused. That's all I remember about that night. I wish I hadn't said the last bit, because the next thing I knew, she was run over by a train in her bathroom, and it was him. It was Fenchurch Street porter what done it.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Come on now, Snivell, you've got a sick mind. You'll be telling me next he's involved in this sinister business in that Scottish castle.
Good Lord, sir. Where did that come from?
Oh, get out of my way.
What a horrible death. Shall I dispose of the body, sir?
Yeah.
So evil, Bishop of Darkness.
Oh, come on, Toe Rag. A man eaten alive on the lavatory by a great white shark. It was a doddle, Toe Rag. Just one of the 7 bizarre ways of killing a body before it can be reanimated and forced into slave labor.
Me, master. I'm a gog.
The practice is similar to the voodoo practice of zombieism. Now, zombie is the West African word for fetish. Wake up, Toe Rag. Perhaps you'd like me to run you over with a train in your bathroom? How would you like to die of Dutch elm disease? Or perhaps for you, Toe Rag, to be crushed by a frozen pig in a synagogue?
No, master.
Or perhaps Perhaps the most bizarre death of all for you, Torag, being mistaken for an artichoke and having your heart ripped out?
Okay, now we're all going to be trees. We're all stretching up. Okay, and we're going to try and touch the sky. So we just stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it and relax. That's really nice. Good.
Professor, thank God I found you.
Don't bother me now, Sandy. I'm trying to get my wallet off Romina. I've traced her here to a drama class.
But I've worked out who's behind this bizarre death.
Yeah, sorry, love. Can we pay attention, please? Now, especially you two over in the corner. Now, next, I want us all to be fruits and vegetables, okay? And I'm going to be a banana, okay? And Professor, what are you going to be, love?
I'll be a Brussels sprout.
Smashing. Yeah. And what about your friend?
I'll be an artichoke.
Smashing.
I can't go on, Creephole. I've got to get away.
Don't be ridiculous. Think of your livelihood, Professor. You shouldn't think about that business. You should throw yourself into your taxi driving.
I might throw you in front of my taxi driving, Creephole.
Remember what we say in Cornwall.
I'm sick to the back teeth of what you say in Cornwall.
We say, death is just nature's way of saying, get back into your cab, Professor.
Creephole was right, of course. Immediately I set off in my cab, and it wasn't long before I spied my fare. In the distance, they looked like two rather dull-witted, bumbling idiot coppers. Ah, Inspector Bribes and Sergeant Porno. I thought it was you.
Oh, no, not the Hoed.
The very same. Where do you want to go?
26 Digby Mansions and get a move on.
Right. Oh. Ah, you want to travel inside the cab, do you? That'll be an extra £5 on the meter.
Get a move on, you rip-off artist.
And you want to sit down as well? That's a tenner already.
Just get a move on and go the shortest route.
So, Inspector, how's your investigation getting along?
Mind your own business.
What's your opinion, Professor?
Shut up, Walter.
Well, in matters like this, I usually go along with the opinion of the man in the street.
Which is?
Well, ask. Hey, you, what's your opinion of all the bizarre happenings in Dunstable?
Well, I believe it's the work of some dreadful sorcery and nothing at all to do with what is being investigated by the police who have never had a very good academic record in works and fiction.
Thank you.
Get a move on, you Belgian loony. Is this the house of Fenchurch Street Porter?
Might be. Who wants to know?
The police. Now, is this street porter's house?
What's it worth?
Well, about 200,000, I should think.
Right, it's yours. I only paid a tenner for it.
What are you talking about? Fenchurch Street Porter lives here. I saw him here 20 minutes ago.
You may well have done. I've only lived here 7 minutes.
Look, sir, there he is, running out that back alleyway. Quick!
After him, Porto!
Too late, sir. He's got into the cab with the other fella.
Did you get a look at him?
Yes, sir, I did. There was something rather odd about him. What was it? His eyes were different colours.
Really?
Yeah. One was blue and one was brown. And the other 5 were green.
Not much to go on.
Oh, another thing. He was left-handed.
How could you possibly have known that?
His right arm was missing.
Let's get back to the station and see if a right arm has been reported missing.
Right.
Where to, my old cock?
King's Cross, please.
My two fares seemed oddly furtive, especially the big one. He was a very odd-looking fellow. There was something about him which was not quite right. Aha, yes. He was wearing a false beard on his foot. God, he was an ugly man. If I looked like him, I wouldn't wander about the streets of London. He obviously had a lot of guts, some of which were sliding off the back seat onto the floor. He looked as if he came from some dank, putrid corner of an alien solar system. Are you French?
No, I'm not. I'm not exactly anything at all. I don't think I've really got a country I could call my own.
Ah, must be Canadian. I'll rip him off in a big way. The Hoed cabs are so much cheaper than the rest. All wedding stations, airports, we're definitely the best. Or if you just want to go to the chemist to get some ointment for your scabs, you know what to do. Ring Hoed cabs. His companion never said a word as I drove them to King's Cross Station. I just managed to get a glimpse of him by a lamplight. It was Fenchurch Street Porter. Sandy is dead, creephole. My beautiful American assistant's gone forever.
Well, you know what we say in Cornwall? Better to be dead than working in advertising.
That'll do, creephole. Now pack my bags, I'm retiring.
No, Professor, you can't.
No more supernatural investigations for me. No more taxi driving. We're moving to my remote cottage in the Highlands of Scotland. I can just picture the locals now, sitting around in the bar.
Yeah, I mean, that is the trouble with the rock industry today, you know.
Right,
I mean, it's the pressure of having to buy enormous farms in Scotland.
Yeah.
I mean, this village has got a population of 186.
Right, yeah.
And 200 of them are in the rock business, you know.
Right, yeah.
And that's not all I don't like. It's like pretending to be a local crofter when a tourist comes and like wearing a kilt and all that, you know.
Apparently there's somebody coming. It could be a tourist who joints out, kilts on, thinks Scottish and start arguing about who should buy the next round.
Help! I've got to get to a phone, quick!
Oh, there's no phone here, missy. Not up here in the remote Highlands of Scotland. The nearest phone is in that place south of here. What's it called, George?
England?
Aye. The nearest phone's in England.
Oh, damn. I know. If I give you this letter, will you post it immediately?
Oh, well.
Here. Right. Bye-bye.
Well, anyway, when we were mixing down our 74th album, I said to
The year is 1990, and a 95-year-old police officer sits in a psychiatrist's consulting room.
Now, tell me, Inspector Bribesy, looking back over your life, in your own words, when did you first realize you were very, very stupid?
Well, Doctor, I've never had a very good memory.
Oh.
And one day I distinctly recall walking along the street.
Yes?
And I stopped suddenly. And then I realised what had happened. I'd forgotten how to walk. I'd forgotten which was the next foot it was that I had to put forward. I was stranded there for days.
I see. Tell me, what made you become a policeman in the first place?
Well, I don't know, really. I'd always been attracted by the blue lamp.
Had you ever considered becoming a moth?
Eh?
I mean, how big were your mother's breasts?
What?
I mean, were you breastfed or bottle-fed as a baby?
Look, is this relevant?
I'm just trying to work out why you've always felt inadequate and inferior.
What?
I mean, tell me, for instance, why you always hated this Professor Zombie?
Yeah, I was investigating an MP called Fenchurch Street
yes.
Porter. You see, 2 pretty girls had been murdered.
Yes.
So my sergeant said to me it'd be a good idea to get into the car and go to a strip club.
And did you?
No, we walked. Oh, I don't think I've ever been to a strip club before, Sergeant.
Really, sir?
No, I find them rather sordid, to tell the truth.
Hello, Inspector. Nice to see you again.
Oh.
Inspector! Hey, you're honky. How are you doing, man?
Hello there.
Hello, Inspector. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Your Grace.
Here, Inspector. All the people in this place, they got no clothes on.
Oh, well, didn't you know it's nudism evening? All these people are naturists.
Inspector, that woman on stage, she's putting her clothes on.
Yeah, get them on, guys. Go on, get them on. Yeah. Go on. Put the socks on and all, girls.
This degrades women.
She's putting everything on. The wellies, the duffel coat, the sou'west, and that.
I know, it's disgusting, really. Wife of an MP as well.
Really?
Oh, yes. That's Mrs. Fenchurch Street Porter.
What?
Oh, she's a raver. When he's away, that is, at his castle in Scotland.
Good Lord, Porter! Street Porter owns a castle in Scotland!
That's probably where he's run off to, sir.
Right!
Let's go. We can be at King's Cross in 5 minutes, sir.
But his castle's in Scotland!
We'll get on a train, sir.
Brilliant! I'd be lost without you, Sergeant! Sergeant, where am I? Where am I?
It's all right. Now tell me.
Huh?
How many breasts did your mother have?
You mind your own business. It's cramped in here, isn't it?
I know it's these so-called modern trains, no room at all.
Yeah, but look, can I just move my leg here?
Careful, sir, your elbow's in my ear.
Well, move up a bit, Sergeant.
I can't have this big fat businessman next to me.
This is ridiculous. If it doesn't improve, I'm going to have to stand in the corridor.
Tickets, please. Tickets, please. Anybody in there?
No.
No.
Oh, that was close.
I see. So you were hiding in the lavatory to avoid the ticket collector.
Yeah.
Very anal.
Pardon?
Obviously, you have a father fixation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, your father, did he have big breasts?
Mind your own bloody business!
On a moonlit Highland slope, two Scottish stereotypes are practicing their cliches.
Okay, then you
Rangers, Celtic. It's a cold night to be a shepherd. The two men huddle together and warm their hands round a 50p piece.
It's a cold night, the new.
Aye, it's about 10 degrees below.
Hey, well, it is below mine.
There's something queer about the night, you know.
Hey, you're right.
The sheep are acting very strange.
There's something going on in the castle in the middle of the loch.
I own this island and castle. I said you could run your factory here rent-free if you'd help me win the next election. I didn't realise you'd do it by killing off all the opposition members in the constituency.
What?
Since the dinner.
You're talking rubbish, man. They're not dead. Now, watch this screen for a practical demonstration of what our factory produces.
Go on.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. No, that's one of my private video collections. I'll just spool it on.
Meanwhile...
I'm reading this book about the local history of this village. Scotland, a large and staggeringly beautiful country in the north of Watford, is soon to be knocked down and made into London's third airport. Loch Macabre is one of the most beautiful villages, with its big castle in the middle of the loch. The land on which the castle stands is owned by Fenchurch Street Porter.
I knew there was something suspicious about him.
Yes, I smell a rat.
Yes, it's ready. I'll take it out the oven now.
Cripple, you and I shall have to pay the castle a little visit.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble, man.
They're far out, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole trouble with rock industry, man.
Well, I mean, it's ruining the rock industry, man.
You got it right, man. You have
I am telling it like it is, man.
I know. Yeah, right, man.
Man, you know,
rock,
man. Yeah,
man.
Hey, man. Right. What, man?
Rock music, man.
Yeah.
Is not what it was, man.
Hey, man, right, man, right, yeah, man.
Why is that, man?
Well, it's overmanning, isn't it?
Look out, tourists! Ah, good evening, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
We'd like a room for the night.
Oh, you look like strangers.
Yes, well, I am. Sergeant Porno is, and I've known him for years.
And what sort of room will you be wanting?
Oh, I don't mind. Nothing too flash.
Your own bathroom?
Yeah, why not?
Right, you are. Maggie, have 2 beds made up in the bathroom. Now then, will you be wanting breakfast?
What? It's nearly midnight.
I think he meant in the morning, sir.
Oh, right, yeah. Yes, please, yes.
Yes, very good. And will you be wanting anything to eat the now?
Yes, why not? I'll have cornflakes, egg, bacon, sausage, tomato, toast and marmalade, thank you.
Did you hear that, Maggie?
Aye.
What did you think?
I think he's probably a wee bit thick.
Oh, that's what I thought. You're not by any chance a police officer, are you?
Yes, I am, actually.
Oh, from London?
Yes.
Oh, well, I've got a letter to go to London. Perhaps you'd like to deliver it. Save me buying a stamp. Here, take it.
Good Lord, sir. It's addressed to the Professor. Look, Glompus van der Vleun.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we open it?
Well, how can we open it without anyone knowing it's been opened?
I know our way, sir. I'll put the kettle on.
Well, you're not going to boil it, are you, Sergeant? I think I'd rather just open it by hand.
Dear Glompus, I mean Professor, hope you weren't too upset when I had my heart ripped out by pretending to be an artichoke. I'm much better now. I resisted the evil forces which were trying to kill me by using an old magic spell I learned at UCLA. So, here I am, pretending to be a zombie, working for the Bishop of Darkness. The zombie slaves are mindless, slow-moving, and unthinking. So I'm going to try and form them into a trade union. Well, time is running out now. Send help as soon as possible. I miss you, Glompy. And all those real funny stories you used to tell me about those dumb cops, that one called Bribe.
Yes, I don't think we need to do any more of that. Thank you, Sergeant. Rip it up.
It's amazing, though, isn't it, sir? A talking letter.
We've got to get it. Yes, we've got to get over to that island and investigate.
Meanwhile, at the castle, the film was finished.
Ice creams, hot dogs.
Shut up, toe rag. So, Street Porter, did you enjoy the film?
And that's what you're making here. I don't believe it.
Yes, it's true.
Not that, Bishop of Darkness.
Yes, that.
Not that.
Yes.
But that.
Yes.
I put my neck on the block to get you a Highland Development grant, and you've been making that.
Yes.
That tartan waistcoat for poodles.
Best Harry's tweed, you know.
But you're supposed to be involved in the most evil, obscene and criminal project in the world.
Well, you've seen the waistcoats, haven't you?
You're mad.
I'm mad. What about the people who buy them?
I've had enough. I'm going.
Toe rag, lock Mr. Street Porter in the dungeon. He's obviously got no taste.
I was having great difficulty trying to persuade the local fishermen to ferry me across the loch to the island because they were afraid of the monster.
They're right, Inspector. We are mad to go out on the loch tonight. Mad.
Why, Sergeant?
We haven't got a boat.
Oh. Shut up, Orno. I soon persuaded the locals to overcome their fear by offering them a photograph of a £5 note. It was exactly midnight. Within no more than 5 minutes, it was 12:05. We were afloat and heading for the castle. It was a still night.
Wait a minute, Inspector, look. Look, something's coming out of the water. It's
Good God, it's Nessie! It's the chairman of the Scottish Tourist Board!
Don't be satirical, sir. It's a monster. Swim for it.
So, the monster protects us once again, toe rag?
Oh, Master! Oh, Bishop of Darkness! I have some good news for you and some bad news. And some terrible news.
Go on,
The
toe
good
rag.
news is I found my other kidney. It was in the fish tank.
And the bad news?
It's in the fish.
And the terrible
I
news?
think you better come down to the factory and take a look at the zombies.
And so I say to you, brother zombies, we are workers. We are not mindless slaves. We demand parity with the Frankensteins at Ford's. We support the mummies of the steel industry and the white bandaged workers. I say, we come out, brothers.
Here's your food, Mr. Street Porter.
Gravel fried in mucus again. I can't eat that.
Oh, stop complaining. You had carrots yesterday.
I hate carrots.
Well, they're good for your eyes.
I can never get them to stay in.
Lots of vitamin A.
A friend of mine died from eating too many carrots.
Really?
Yes, he ate nothing but carrots for 3 years. Eventually he turned orange.
No kidding.
Yes, his hair turned green.
Yeah?
Yes, and he died tragically. Eaten by a giant rabbit.
Hey, you're a real blast. You know, for someone who's a fraudulent, corrupt politician, locked away to die in the dungeons of a mad sorcerer, you're really cute.
It's very nice of you to say that, zombie. If only I could get out of here, the stuff I know, I could put that Bishop of Darkness behind bars for life.
Well, I'll let you into a secret. I'm not really a zombie, no. I'm trying to stop the Bishop of Darkness. I've sent a letter to the professor.
Good.
I've organized a trade union amongst the zombies.
Good.
I'm an anthropology major from UCLA.
Well, it's an ill wind that spoils the broth.
Pardon?
No, it's an old Cornish expression. Let me out of these chains and I'll help you, my dear.
was determined to get to the castle, so I hired a boat and rowed across the loch with Krypt-Comedy.
I don't know why you can't use an oar, Professor.
Keep your legs straight and shut up. Good God! Oh, good God, Krypt-Comedy! It's Sir Peter Scott!
It's the monster!
Well, don't just lie there dangling in the rowlocks. Get out your camera. A photo would be worth a fortune.
No, please, no, wait. No, please, no cameras, no flashes, please. I'll do anything for you, but no cameras.
Oh, well, take us to the castle.
All right, anything but no cameras.
These corridors all look the same to me, French.
Yes. They were all built by the same architect.
Oh, I'm really scared. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Don't worry. This is the door. You go first.
Good evening, Sandy.
Bishop of Darkness!
Krypt-Comedy and I were soon in the basement of the castle, in a maze of dark, winding corridors stretching away miles ahead of us as far as the Doctor Who set.
I don't know what you think, Professor, but it seems to me like I've been walking round in circles.
Krypt-Comedy had noticed that I'd nailed one of his feet to the floor. It was very dark in the caves. Something hideous came from the shadows. It was Cliff Richard.
Look, Professor, up there on the wall.
Yes, Krypt-Comedy. It's a television camera. I've a nasty feeling we're being watched.
Oh, well, I'd just like to say hello to Theo Penalagan and all the boys down there in Patrice and the Bassett Arms.
No.
I know what I'll do. I'll sing me song. Going up Camborne Hill, coming down. Going up Camborne Hill, coming down. The wheels went around.
Master, I bring evil tidings.
Don't bother me now. Torag, you idiot, I've just potted one of your eyes. I told you not to dangle them over the billiard table.
But Master, I fear we have intruders, your satanic ship.
Don't be ridiculous.
They are on the TV screen.
Going up Camborne Hill, coming down.
Oh my God, that's him. That is the Professor and his servant, my oldest and deadliest enemy. Let's get after him and Torag.
Master!
Don't blow your nose on the carpet.
And meanwhile, in the village...
Inspector, when are we going to try and get in the castle again?
There's no rush, Porno. We'll go as soon as I've finished the Times crossword.
So we're not going back at all then?
Shut up, Porno.
You're not afraid of the monster, are you, sir?
It would take more than a 50-foot prehistoric man-eating lizard to frighten me.
How is Mrs. Bribe easy, sir?
I've just about had enough of your lip. Here, Porno, have you been interfering with this crossword?
No, sir.
Well, someone's blacked in half the squares.
Look, sir, I think we should stop this Times crossword business and go and investigate those rock stars down in the bar.
Yeah?
I think one or two of them may have been smoking the weed.
The weed?
You know what the weed is, sir?
Of course I do, Sergeant. I haven't forgotten everything. The weed used to stand between Bill and Ben's flower pots.
Let's go and beat up some long-haired jobbos.
Now you're talking, Sergeant. I'll finish the crossword another, begins with T.
Time.
Another time.
The Professor and Krypt-Comedy had slipped into a dark and dingy cell. And there, lying in a deep sleep chained to the floor, was
Sandy. Oh, Sandy, my beloved American assistant, Sandy. Oh, Krypt-Comedy, it's Sandy. Krypt-Comedy, look who it is.
Who is it?
It's Sandy.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
But look at her lying there, so beautiful.
Oh, Professor, thank God you've come. I've missed you so. But look, Professor, I'm all chained up.
Oh, yes. Well, I appreciate the thought, but we haven't got time for that now.
How touching, Professor.
Oh, Bishop of Darkness. I hope I'd never have to speak to you.
I didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Why? Were you going blind?
If you ask me, your master's playing for time.
Oh, yeah, he can grab it on. Is he your master, then, is he, Bishop of Darkness?
Yes. We've been together a long time. Well, the bishop's been together longer than I have.
Yes, well, it's always nice to meet a fellow underling. You know Cornwall at all?
Oh, yes, very well. I once got washed up on a beach there.
Yeah.
I was blown up by the Ministry of Defense.
Well, you know what we say down there. You can blow someone up on a beach.
But you can't make a horse drink.
Oh, you've heard?
Oh, yes.
How about this? It's an ill wind.
Yeah?
That's blowing from your Wellington boots.
Sorry about that, it's the mackerel.
Oh, I see. I think the masters now have finished their preamble.
Creepo, release Sandy, we're getting out of here.
Not so fast, Professor.
Creepo, release Sandy, we're getting out of here.
You're forgetting one thing, Professor. Look what I'm holding in my hand.
I wasn't going to mention it.
Not that hand, this one.
He's got a gun, Professor!
Torag, I think our guests should be chained to the watch.
Yes, Master. Yes, I'm terribly sorry about this.
Well, that's all right, fellow underling. You know, it's just one of those horror cliches.
Oh, yes.
You tying me up like that.
Yes, I know.
It keeps the masters happy, doesn't it?
No.
Do you smoke, Torag?
No, I steam sometimes.
Here, boy, have a mackerel.
Oh,
Torag, what's that foul-smelling, hideous thing you've got there?
It's Creephole, the Professor's man.
Yes. Come with me, we'll leave this lot here to perish.
Oh, Professor, it's all my fault. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't be in this awful mess.
No, Sandy, don't be silly. Well, hang on. You're right. It is your fault, you stupid Yankee baggage.
Oh, how dare you! I pretended to be a zombie to help you defeat the Bishop of Darkness, and that's all the thanks I get.
I see a nice pair of gazongas and I lose my senses.
Oh, you male chauvinist!
Here it comes, Professor.
Yes, I know.
The old ceiling coming down the crushes. Oh, look, here come the poisonous snakes now.
Yes.
Oh, no.
And the whole caboose is filling up with water.
And if I'm not mistaken, the old poisonous gas escaping through the ventilator.
No, that's the mackerel stuffed in me wellies. Professor.
Yes.
We're doomed again.
Come with me to the Highlands of Scotland. It is very cold, and the only sound which can be heard is the high-pitched screams of a brass monkey. Somewhere a wolf howls. It's in Tokyo Zoo, so we don't hear it. Castle MacFenchurch is dark. Inside, the Bishop of Darkness is feeling a little smug.
Toadrag, is this your smug under my cushion? Well, don't bother to screw it back to your face now. Just sit down and watch the closed-circuit TV set. We'll watch the end of our favourite people.
Oh dear, Creepo. Here we are chained to the wall in the cell, which is fast filling with water and poisonous snakes and poisonous gas.
Oh, Professor, does this mean we're going to die?
Well, of course it does, you stupid.
We all gotta die sometime, missy. Mind you, we Cornish are very philosophical about death. As we say down there, well, we're all gonna die!
Oh, such cowards. Hey, Torag. Nothing could save them now. But the zombies going out on strike, perhaps, and pulling all the plugs out.
Master, the zombies have gone on strike and pulled all the plugs out.
What? Oh, quick.
Hurry this way. I know where the secret tunnel is.
Sandy, well done, very well. When we get back to London, I'm going to reward you with a free ride in my cab.
Well, you know what they say?
Not so fast, my friends.
Yes, I suppose they do say that sometimes.
One false move and I'll blast you all to kingdom.
Can I go with them, Master? I've got friends there.
Shut up, Torag. Tie them up again.
Not so fast, Bishop of Darkness.
What?
Quiet, everybody. Drop the gun. Now, Bishop of Darkness, I have reason to believe that you have been making the most evil thing imaginable in your factories.
It's true.
Tartan waistcoats for poodles.
You from the police?
Much worse, I'm afraid. And you've been employing zombies.
Oh, damn. You're from Citizens' Rights.
Yes. And I believe that in total, your profits have exceeded £2 million.
Oh, my God. You're not?
Yes.
Yes, but not.
Indeed I am.
Surely not.
The very same.
You mean you're...
Yes.
The tax inspector!
All right. Drop everything. Inspector Bribey's here, and this is my assistant, Sergeant Porno. Right now, there's been some very nasty business going on round here. All right, Mr. Street Porter, sir, which one was it?
That man with the tax form.
What? Do you by any chance own a green Ford Escort?
Yes.
You realise you've parked it on a yellow line? Arrest him, Sergeant. Arrest the professor as well. I believe he is guilty of deception. And arrest yourself, Sergeant.
Right. I arrest you, Sergeant Porno, in the name of the... Oh, stop quick. Too late, sir. I resisted arrest and ran off.
Yeah, all right. We'll catch up with you later.
Inspector Brighteasy, we haven't met. I am the Bishop, not Darkness.
How do you do?
Yes, you must excuse me. I have to go and write a sermon. Here, have this.
Oh, thank you, your bishop, miss.
Come to rag.
Yes, master.
What's this he's given me? It's a brown piece of paper with a picture of the Queen on it.
£10 note, sir.
Come on, Porno, off to the nick with this lot. Come on.
It'll all be sorted out when we get to London. Inside a plane at Heathrow.
Well, if it isn't my old friend Sandy Cheeseburger. So, my dear, how did you get on in London?
Oh, working for the professor was far too exciting for me, so I gave all of that up, and now I'm going to teach in a girls' high school.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? I used to be a girls' high school teacher. Look, here's a photograph of me with my favorite pupils. And here's one of me leaving the courthouse. And look, there are some of the parents kicking my head around.
Well, I think I'll sit somewhere else, actually.
And meanwhile, inside a CD filing cabinet of the House of Lords.
Yes, that's right. Make the cheque payable to French Street Porter. Now, about the other matter, Mrs. Yes, you still need a lot of volunteers to dress up as Tory MPs and give you a standing ovation at the party conference. Yes, well, I can put my hands on 500 mindless zombies. Members of the living dead. Yes. No. At the moment, they're all living in Eastbourne. Yes, righto, I'll get on to it straight away.
Meanwhile, in a pub in Cornwall.
Well, Trevelyan Creephole, you've come home.
Yeah, I've been away up country.
What, not Truro?
No, London.
Oh, where's that to, then?
London? That'd be up England way. Well, they be very superstitious up there. Ooh. They just say things like, "Sorry, Governor, it's not worth me diesel."
Well, it seems like a very odd place to me. De Melzer, throw another tourist on the fire and get Creephole and mackerel.
Meanwhile, in a high-class London restaurant.
Sergeant Porno, I think we can pat ourselves on the back.
Yep. Wrap the case up nicely, sir.
Good.
Mind you, I thought the Commissioner could have been a bit more generous there.
Well, we can't complain, Porno.
No. Wake up!
Oh, God, table 17 again. Come in, sir.
And meanwhile, at the Old Bailey, beneath the noble sword and scales of justice.
And I put it to you, Professor van der Kloed, that the whole business seems to be of a sordid and criminal nature.
Yes, I'll have to agree.
So let's recap. You picked up my client in North London.
Your Kentish Town.
Yes, and he wanted to go to Oxford Street.
Yeah, that's right.
But you had to stop off for diesel.
That's right. I know a place where you can get it cheap.
Yes, and where is that?
Paris.
I see. And is it true that you write your own jingles?
Oh, absolutely. The Hoed cabs are so much cheaper than the rest. Weddings, stations, airports, we're definitely the best. Or even if you just want to go to the Tutankhamun exhibition to see hieroglyphics written on marble slabs, you know what to do. Ring Hoed cabs.
Yes. The prosecution rests, my love.
Meanwhile, on another continent...
The Master! Oh, Bishop of Darkness! You are so evil!
Yes, don't bother me now, Torag. I've got important people to see. Torag, don't fidget with your brain.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Rubik's Cube, Master.
Yes, come in.
Senator Adams to see you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Spyro. Torag, is that the Pentagon you're nibbling?